extra gem for Senpai?
Okay, so Persona has a lot of openings. There's a lot, like more than 24. So I thought I would spend this video listing you guys my favourite Persona openings, because nobody has ever done that before. But what will make this video different from the others? What's the catch? To be honest, nothing really, mate. Okay, there is a bit of a catch. First of all, I have absolutely no taste and horrible opinions, so that's already great. Like, I'm not really a fan of this one. Anyway though, what is the real catch with this video? Well, I do edit a lot. I've actually spent the past month getting back into making Persona edits, so I guess I could say I have a little bit of experience in what makes good visual storytelling or an opening unique. To be honest, I'm just trying to make myself sound interesting here and not like a complete narcissist. This video was not a ranking list or anything, and quite frankly, I don't particularly care about Persona 4 Dancing All Night / Persona 4 The Golden Animation Next Chance to Move On. Jesus, what a goddamn mouthful. So don't expect to see any of that. I'm only going to be listing the openings that I think are really good, and the ones I also don't like at all that suck complete ass. So let's start this video off with the first good opening. Okay, just side note, by the way, why do these openings take like 1 second before the music kicks in? I never understand that. It does it in this one, it does it in the Persona 5 original one, and did they just not put it in the timeline at the right time?
Holy shit, just start this song.
Okay, back to the opening. I don't know what the hell the animators who worked on this opening was smoking, but Jesus, man, it's pretty damn good. It's probably the best Persona 5 opening. Like, before I saw this, I thought the original Persona 5 opening was one of my favourite Persona 5 openings. Good God. But this one here takes that and just curb stops it into oblivion. The transition from the X in the logo to the street that Wonder is seen skating on, it's just so fluid and well done. He's doing all this in a similar fashion to how the thieves were in the vanilla opening. I've always interpreted that as them saying society. So seeing it return in this opening is perfect.
Flea running and clambering, bollards, stairwells, curbs. We'll jump over anything.
It's almost like this opening is a reimagining of Vanilla's. For example, I mean, like the way how the Velvet Room scene is done. It's eerily similar to the original, but of course just so much more smoother and fluid.
I'm gonna win urban style because my mum's a prostitute.
Going back to the animation though, it's really just the best animated Persona opening, hands down. Like, you can truly feel the weight of wonder falling towards the city here. Like, compare that to Kazumi dancing in the rain. That actually hurts my eyes a bit.
I'll never get tired of watching Makoto and Haru double elbow drop a harbinger of the apocalypse in a flashy, hilarious nod to pro wrestling.
It gives me goosebumps every time he does it, especially as the music begins to swell.
Anyway, this game's intro is so good, it actually has the special power of making me want to play the Phantom X, which is hysterical because I honestly would talk more about the characters here, but that's the thing. I haven't played much of it, so I wouldn't really know what I'm talking about. I mean, I got up to the funny part with the subway man and then lost all my data, but, you know, pretty unlucky there. So maybe I'll go back to it, or I could just watch this bloke's recap video. That'd probably be better.
The journey begins with a cryptic warning.
The protagonist, despite the ominous message, makes a conscious choice to participate in the unfolding story.
One of the coolest parts is when Joker and Wonder leap from the top of the skyscraper. Basically, the camera falls down with them before getting blocked by more buildings, which keeps on falling until it ends up in Mementos, where Wonder shows up again in the Cattle-mobile. What's he called? What's the owl called again?
He introduces himself as Ruffle.
Okay, so he's riding in the Ruffle-mobile, goes straight into the camera, rips off his mask, and pulls an all-out attack that fully syncs to the music. Which is goddamn sick. I mean, so is the ending shot. We have all the thieves in the city disappearing into the crowd like the Tom Cruise or something.
You know, this hero, he's not the answer, okay? I'm the answer. I
mean, you're not really. So this grown man throws this 20-pound girl over a railing, which doesn't even make sense. And you just stand there, like, oh, what should I do? And this is just so bad. Wait, why has he got his hand out? He's like, oh, maybe I should do something, but no, I just gotta stand here and be the protagonist. And why did he walk off?
The animations are deliciously clever and over the top, and they stylishly highlight your party members' personalities.
Now I know there's a lot of people who say that Phantom X has god-awful writing because of this scene, but like, Persona 5 and even all the other Persona games have parts of just really god-awful writing. Like, come on, dude.
None of these people know that I was an undesirable child.
A lot of people hate this, but I just don't care, man. This is genuinely one of the best openings in the goddamn series. It just never gets any attention due to it being pretty slow for the most part, and because it came out before 3. Unlike the following Persona openings after 2, which have fast-paced music and vocals, as well as Lotus Stew shouting complete nonsense in your ears as if his lyrics are coherent. Get my knapsack. A knapsack, right? What are you on about? Yeah, so instead of that, Persona 2's first opening has this incredibly haunting piano over shots of the empty city, with the main characters standing around. I just love how they look here. It's pretty much Kazuma's art, literally inserted over a computer-generated background, and I just love that.
Oh yeah!
Over these shots, we keep cutting to this German poem by this bloke called Heinrich Heine. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce his name, I'm just doing a funny voice. This poem is called The Doppelganger, and the game's narrative takes a lot of stuff from it. When I first watched this opening after booting the game up, it was about 3 in the morning in July a few years back. And after I read There I Also See a Man, followed by this piano paired with the ambient sound of the wind blowing, and you see Lisa here, it freaked me the goddamn hell out, man. I think it was more because I read I Also See a Man and the window was open in my room, and it kind of matched the footage of Lisa looking out the window. It made my brain think that some deranged bloke was going to knock the door down and start to strangle me or something, with this great song playing underneath it, albeit. You know what I mean? It just gave me a break, man. It was 3 in the goddamn morning. There's an incredible part here where the piano starts to really ramp up. This reminds me a lot of Somnus from Final Fantasy Versus 13. It's got a really similar build-up.
It gives me goosebumps every time the swell begins to music.
It's just so good, man. Holy. Now, the one thing with this opening that unfortunately ruins it for me and stops it from being utterly perfect by a tiny bit is the CGI. And no, I don't mean the stuff at the start, because this looks great. What I mean when I say CGI is the specific part at the end. It's when Knights of the Holy Lance begins to play. We get this montage of Tatsuya riding his bike and then summoning Apollo and blah, blah, blah. It looks garbage. It's so annoying as well because it's wedged in between some really, really good, imagery of Joker and that, and the Seven Sisters and stuff. And then we get the skull. What the hell is this skull doing? It's just so jarring, and you go from some really great shots to some really awful ones within the span of that last only like a second, but then you're back into the good. It's just what?
Yes! 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 No! 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 Yes! 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 No! Yes! Yes! No!
This is still a great opening though, and one of my personal favourites. Let's go on to the next one.
Guys, don't go. Don't leave me alone.
Okay, so now we're on to one of the bad openings, and you're probably saying, this is a bad opening, and it's not really. It's just the second half just completely falls apart, in my opinion. Besides that, though, the song is great. The music is just phenomenal. That's literally the same thing. Why did I write that in the script? Okay, no, but the song's great. Like, Darkson is really, really good. Hell, years ago, I used to do these series of videos where I played through Persona 5, and I used a Spanish electro arrangement of the song for the series intro. Okay, so the song's great. The first half is great. We have Joker sat on the train with all his friends. Although I'm not so sure why the windows have the logo of the animation paint on them. Like, Christ, I wouldn't get on that train. Jesus. When the music kicks in later on, we get this really cool part of all the social links and the areas that they're from. With the way how it's angled, it kind of just reminds me of Persona 2, especially with the way that game looks. So this first half clearly has got some effort put into it. It makes sense. It makes sense, alright? That's the point. Second half of the Persona 2 Innocent Sin opening, yeah, the animation kind of falls apart there, but like, it still makes sense, Tatsuya on the bike, because that's what he does in the game. What doesn't make sense here is, why is she playing basketball? Why is Makoto standing in front of a sign that says Persona? And it's not even like Persona! It's like
Persona?
It's like got a question mark at the end. It's like the animators don't even know what they're doing, man.
Utaba, you are one seriously rad chick!
Shut up, Ryuji.
Like, let's break this down bit by bit. So we have, she throws that in. Maybe that could be, maybe that's like about her overcoming her social anxiety, throwing a ball into a net. I don't know, man. Then we have a city, and we have like this square go across, and it's like red inside. Maybe that could be like Mementos, and then we have like some stairs, and it's like leaking red. That could be, Mementos leaking into the world or something. And then we're gonna take Joker, strip him naked from in front of a lake. It's like, what does this even mean? A bunch of like red traffic lights here because society stops you on red or something. I don't know. Then we have this bloke with a scarf. I don't recognize this guy. Does anyone have a scarf in this game? Because I honestly can't remember. I mean, and then what the frig is this? What the hell? Why does this have to do with anything? Then we get this really Caesar-inducing shot of Morgana flying through the city. I don't even know what it is. It's like they took a background of a city, painted it red. Just freaking fun. I don't even know how to put it into words, man. I suppose every shot in here is like 0.2 seconds long, but still, that doesn't like, you can't just throw them all together and expect it to still make sense, because it doesn't make sense, man. When you have stuff like the Persona 4 opening, with the amazing idea of all the cast being recorded by a bunch of different cameras that keep changing angles, which also, you know, fits the theme of the game, and then we get this, like, what? Persona? Yeah, again, with another question mark, still don't know what you're friggin' animating. Jeez.
I'm taking
Persona!
No, that was
Persona!
Degenerate.
Only a select few wield the power of a persona.
Yeah, so this opening does hold a special place in my heart. After all, it's the first opening I saw when I first booted up Persona 3 FES on my PS3. Why am I wording it like that? Like seeing the intro for Persona 3 FES when you boot up the game is an uncommon occurrence. It's like, oh yeah, when you usually build up Persona 3 FES, you have like a 1 in 59 chance of getting the actual intro. Instead, you could just go straight to the title screen. Like, what am I wording it like this for? The gameplay here is a really nice touch. It reminds me a lot of the times when you'd leave an old game on the title screen and it would eventually transition to a video showing off the game. Because I know Twilight Princess does this and it actually makes the game look enjoyable. Although a lot of people like this intro, there are a few people who really don't like it because it has too much gameplay. Yeah, dude, I mean, it's an FES intro. FES, I don't know how you say it. If you linger on the title screen long enough, you're still going to see the original intro. It's not going anywhere. I mean, FES was always, geez, such a tongue twister that FES was always seen as some expansion, so I think this intro does its purpose, you know? It shows you the brand new content whilst also showcasing some of the stuff you're familiar with, just with more gameplay instead of animation. Another criticism is that it spoils too much of the story, and I'm like, not really. I mean, sure, it does for somebody who has played the game before, but for somebody who has never even seen Persona 3, you would have no idea what's going on. You just see all these kids shooting themselves in the head. Like, people yell about that as if the opening does this when you boot it up. It's nothing like that. In reality, it spoils more of the answer than the journey. You know, the new content that's the game's main selling point. And who cares if it's spoiling the answer anyway, because nobody plays that. It's complete dog shit. I'm not really going to talk much about this opening for the fear I get burned alive by some people, so I'll just leave this instead.
Not a fan.
Your kung fu isn't even real.
Dance.
Persona 4 Dancing All Night's opening is the stupidest in the series, but it's Persona 4 and it's funny, so it gets a free pass. Why does he have to dance with such a straight face? It's the same with Yosuke, like, he's not even doing a goddamn dance, he's just waving his hands about like that. Later on down the line, Atlas would release Persona 3 and Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight and Moonlight and Christ, what are they called? I was never really a fan of these ones. Like, the cast of Persona 4 Dancing is honestly kind of believable because of Rise, and Atlas actually tried somewhat with the game's story in this one. But for 3 and 5, there isn't any story, and these lot are just thrown into the Velvet Room and forced to dance pretty much. The Phantom Thieves dancing, yeah, maybe, I guess, but then you try and convince me that these suicidal group of wristletters would be getting down on the dance floor. No. Not really, at least. To be honest, I think I'll end this video here. I'm running out of things to say that aren't just pointless jokes every 5 seconds. Plus, they've got to be funny on top of that. So, yeah, dude, if you've still lasted this long, then I applaud you. I'm surprised you haven't clicked off the video yet. I said this at the start, but don't take this video seriously. I'm literally just having a laugh, for God's sake. Then again, this opening does kind of suck. But why? Why does it suck? Well, maybe I'll do a part 2. There's a lot of openings I'd like to talk about in the future or just make jokes about. So if this video turns out okay, perhaps you could see that in the future. I know some people watching only subscribe because of my previous FES style openings, and you're probably wondering where the hell the next one is. And I am working on them. I just got a little sidetracked with this. The next FES opening is probably a Persona 5 Royal FES intro. Bit of a long title, I know, but I'm having fun making it. It's pretty fun because I've got to record a bunch of new footage of the new palace and the third semester stuff, but I don't want to show Akechi at all, considering his entire appearance is a huge spoiler, unlike Kazumi, who's in all the game's marketing. Here's what I've got so far, though, at least. And that's all you're getting for now. Stay tuned for what's in the nearest future, I suppose. I was planning to do Persona 2 FES first, but with that I want to combine Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment. And I've got to finish Eternal Punishment, because I never got around to finishing it. I want to use the special soundtrack remix of Maya's theme for that too. You know the one that sounds like this? You know this one. And with that all out of the way, that should honestly be it. So if you're still watching this, then I am surprised, and I will see you in the next video, whether it be a commentary or another opening. Bye!